Robbie Keane is the latest name to be thrown in the hat as a new potential manager at Celtic. We will go over this story in today's video. Not only that, we will also cover all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours.
But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.
Chris Sutton believes Celtic's January transfer window has become massive, with injuries piling up and the squad stretched to its limits. Thursday's defeat to Midtjylland only worsened matters. Callum Osmond was stretchered off, and Arne Engels appeared to tweak his hamstring. With Alistair Johnston, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Kelechi Iheanacho already sidelined, interim boss Martin O'Neill is running out of options ahead of a packed winter schedule. Writing in his daily record column, Sutton said that January, usually a window for long-term planning, must now be about keeping the season alive and closing the 9-point gap on Hearts. Celtic are going to need a massive January to get some new faces in the door, Sutton wrote. Normally, the next window is about preparing for the Champions League qualifiers, but this one might have to be about saving the title race. He added that there can be no confusion or lack of clarity behind the scenes. Celtic need a permanent manager in place before the window opens to shape the rebuild properly. With the international break now underway, Sutton said communication from the club would be welcome and warned that failure to act decisively could see the season slip away. Michel-Ange Balikwisha's move to Celtic was long anticipated, with links stretching over a year before his £5 million arrival this summer. However, after just 12 appearances, pundit Hugh Keevins launched a scathing attack on the Belgian winger, claiming he would never be a Celtic player and calling his inclusion in the squad a betrayal. The comments made on Super Scoreboard have drawn backlash, with many feeling Keevins' remarks were unnecessarily harsh. Critics argue Balikwisha has barely been given a proper chance. 10 of his 12 appearances have been from the bench, averaging just 26 minutes per game, yet he has still provided 2 assists, including one for a crucial winner against Motherwell. Seltzer here's opinion piece slammed Keevins' take as hyperbolic nonsense, accusing him of sensationalism and ignoring context. The article stresses that fair criticism is valid, but Keevins' pattern of snap judgments, as noted by co-host Gordon Duncan, only fuels toxic narratives around new signings. The message is clear. It's time to stop piling on Balikwisha and allow him the patience and support every new Celtic player deserves. In other news, Celtic could earn a higher than expected windfall if Luis Palma's loan to Lech Poznan becomes permanent. The Honduran winger has shone in Poland, notching 10 goal contributions across all competitions and becoming a fan favourite. Poznan officials have now revealed that the club would need to double their current transfer record to keep him. Maciej Hensel, Poznan's communications director, confirmed, "We have a release clause. It doesn't seem possible to lower it or negotiate. To buy Palmer, we'd have to break our record by about 2 times. The clause reportedly sits around £4 million, meaning Celtic could recoup a significant fee for a player who rediscovered form after a mixed spell in Glasgow." Interestingly, Palmer has thrived since being moved into a central playmaking role rather than operating as a traditional winger, a shift that's unlocked his creativity and confidence. Poznan are expected to decide in the spring whether to trigger the clause depending on the 25-year-old's continued form. Lastly, Benjamin Nygren has divided opinion during his time at Celtic, but one thing that can't be ignored is his direct impact on the team's attack. Signed for £2 million in the summer, the Swedish international was initially deployed as a striker but has since been moved into a midfield role by Brendan Rodgers, playing alongside Callum McGregor and either Arnie Engels or Reo Hatate. Despite facing criticism for a perceived lack of pace and some wastefulness in front of goal, Nygren's numbers tell a different story. According to BBC Sport, he has been involved in 44% of Celtic's Premiership goals this season, 5 goals and 2 assists out of 16 total. Only Dundee's Cameron Cotgrave has a higher contribution rate in the league. Nygren has adapted well compared to other summer signings and recently credited Kasper Schmeichel as an important influence in his development, praising the veteran's leadership and professionalism. Kasper has had a great career and stayed at a high level for a long time. He's played more than 900 matches. That's something to look up to. He's a leader and someone I can learn from. Though Celtic's season has been inconsistent, Nygren's contribution remains one of the few bright spots in the campaign so far. Callum Osmond has shared an emotional message with Celtic supporters after his whirlwind week ended in heartbreak, the 19-year-old suffering an injury during Thursday's 3-1 defeat to FC Midtjylland. The forward, who became an overnight hero with his goal against Rangers in last weekend's League Cup semi-final, was forced off in Herning, a cruel twist for a player only registered for Europe a few days earlier under an injury exemption. Taking to Instagram on Friday night, Osmond reflected on the highs and lows of his first-team breakthrough. Devastated. Whirlwind week from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Heartbroken at the timing of this injury as I just began to get going. Despite the setback, his message was full of gratitude and determination. Grateful for all of the people around me and really appreciate the messages from everyone. Like I said earlier in the week, it's just the start for me, and I will be back stronger with something to prove. Support from fans and teammates poured in, recognizing a youngster who went from persona non grata to first-team scorer in a matter of days. That strike against Rangers not only sent Celtic to the cup final, but also offered a glimpse of a fearless talent ready to make his mark. His focus now turns to recovery and a stronger return. Under interim boss Martin O'Neill, Osmond finally got his chance, and the way he took it suggests he could become a key figure for Celtic in seasons to come. We are yet to find out the full extent of how long the striker will be out for, but the message reads like someone who is about to spend a decent amount of time on the sidelines. The teenager's words point to maturity beyond his years and the mindset needed to overcome early adversity. This might be a pause, not the end of his story. Celtic now take on Kilmarnock at the weekend with limited options up front.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.